Good afternoon, everyone. Pastor Laura Kistart here with Pastor Ron Brown here at the First Congregational Church of Southington to share with you a preview of our worship services for this upcoming Sunday.
So this Sunday, April 27th, is the second Sunday of Easter, and we have two pretty distinct opportunities for worship for you this week. Our early worship at 8 o'clock in the Barnes Memorial Chapel will be our traditional early worship service. It will include scripture and prayer. We'll celebrate the sacrament of Holy Communion. We'll be focusing on the rest of the resurrection story in the Gospel according to Luke, a story about two disciples walking to Emmaus and Jesus joining them on the way, and then it's made known to them in the breaking of the bread. So I will offer a sermon on that passage. There will be some music, so just a wonderful opportunity to start your Sunday morning in worship. Again, 8 o'clock in the Barnes Memorial Chapel. And then at 10:15, we will have a very special, joyous worship service here in our historic meeting house that Pastor Laura will tell you more about in a moment. It's at 10:15. If you are not able to join us in person for that worship service, it is live streamed. You can join us on Facebook, our YouTube channel, or our website. And if you can't be with us live, that is available later in the day or even later in the week so that you can join us for worship this Sunday at 10:15.
So as Pastor Ron said, our 10:15 service this week in the meeting house is celebrating Children's Sunday. And so it's always a joy when we have the youngest lead us in worship. And so the children and youth of the church are doing the welcome, the call to worship, the prayers. They even have a skit that they have prepared. And so we'll have a variety of kind of intergenerational ways to engage with the worship service. And one of the really special things this year about our Children's Sunday is that we will have a variety of children and youth sharing their musical gifts. So there will be some instrumental pieces, all from children and youth of the congregation, as well as the Roots Youth Choir have continued to grow and develop their skills, and so they will lead us in congregational singing throughout the service. And so that's really special to be able to celebrate their growth and leadership abilities as our youth choir. As I said, we'll have a skit, and that is the same scripture reading that Pastor Ron will preach on at the 8 o'clock service. I'll offer a brief reflection after the skit. This is a reflection on resurrection as we continue to celebrate the Easter season, and we will have celebrate the sacrament of communion as well during our 10:15 service. So there will be a lot going on during that service as well as the 8 o'clock service. So we hope that you can join us for one of those worship opportunities.
We also have a couple of other events that we want to highlight for you coming up in the next few days. Tomorrow night, Thursday, April 24th at 6 p.m., we have a special program around art restoration. We are partnering with Troy's Fine Arts and the Barnes Museum to talk about the restoration of the portrait of our fourth pastor here at First Congregational Church, the Reverend David Ogden. Troy Fine Arts restored that last year. It's beautifully done, so Troy will be here to talk about the restoration process, and it'll be a very educational and informative presentation. I will also talk briefly about Reverend Ogden and his ministry here at First Congregational Church. And the Barnes Museum will be present to talk about some of their programs. So just a wonderful opportunity to engage in some of the history of the church and to learn about art and how it can be restored. This portrait that was restored is from the 1820s. So it's a beautiful job that they did to restore that. So hopefully you can join us for that program if you're interested. And also we want to highlight the next family game night here at First Congregational Church. That is Friday, May 2nd from 6 to 8. So we invite you to bring your favorite game, snacks to share. Families, individuals, everyone is welcome to sit around tables and play games and have conversation. These are also wonderful community events for us. So we invite you to join us for that special family game night as well.
So whether we see you here in person or connect with you online, we hope that you have a blessed week.
God bless.